Wait a minute. So you mean to tell me a film about a chameleon that became a sheriff in a town called Dirt, where there was lack of water, and actually brought water to that town, ended up winning Best Animated Feature for that year? Let's talk about it.
Oh yeah.
Howdy there, partners! It's your boy, Johnny Boy Hernandez here with another movie review Monday! Yes, sir! And I'm gonna cut it off with my Western accent. Anyways, today we will be discussing one of my personal favorite films. This film won the Oscar for Best Animated Feature. This film came out in 2011. I feel like Kung Fu Panda 2 should have won that. But anyways, this film is called Rango. Rango is a chameleon. He got lost in a desert due to a car crash from his pet owners who are humans after they ran over an armadillo. His tank fell off and it shattered. The family drives off without knowing that their pet chameleon disappeared. He finds the armadillo, which ends up still being alive. The armadillo lets him know that there's a town called Dirt, and he points to the direction. Rango's really thirsty. He wants water, but the armadillo tells him that in order to find water, he must find dirt. So he goes. He doesn't necessarily have an adventure. He avoids, I forgot if it was a hawk or if it was an eagle. And so he gets to the town. At this point, he doesn't have a name. We don't know his real name yet, but he enters the saloon. Or I don't know. Yeah, saloon. And they ask him who he is. Well, no. First, they ask him what he wants to drink. Well, the bartender asks him what he wants to drink. He says water. Everyone laughs because, of course, there's very little water left in the village. Well, not the village, in the town, my bad. And this animal, I forgot what kind of animal he's supposed to be. But he walks up to Rango and asks him, "Who are you?" Well, who are you, basically. And Rango, since he got cactus juice, because that's like the only thing they have, he turns it around. It says made in Durango, but since it's covered the D and the U with his thumb, it says Rango. And in his mind, he's like, oh, I could be anybody. And then he says that he's Rango, and he makes up this story about how he defeated 7 brothers with only using 1 bullet. This, like, I forgot, I don't know, I don't really know a lot of reptiles. I don't really know a lot of animals, but he basically comes in, he confronts Rango, they have a little standoff. A hawk appears, it attacks the town. It chases after Rango. Rango successfully avoids it. He shoots, I think, the water tank, what's supposed to be the water tank. No, tank. My bad, I said tank, I think. I don't know. It fell on the eagle. They go. Well, the whole villagers go. They tap the bird, and they confirm that it's officially unalive. They applaud for Rango as they see Rango as, like, a savior to them, basically. They take him to meet up with, I don't know how to say it, but it's alcalde. Like, he's basically like the main guy of the town, and he tells Rango that like they're very honored to have him, and he offers Rango to become the sheriff. He isn't very liked at first. Like, he was judged by some kids because, like, you know, he was an outsider, and this girl that's supposed to be a possum, I think. I don't know. Um, she said that, like, outsiders don't usually last long there. And so the whole film is just basically about Rango trying to find his purpose. Everyone fears this rattlesnake called Rattlesnake Jake, which is honestly a pretty catchy name. Um, he basically attacks the village, well, the town at the end. He makes peace with Rango. Well, their first meeting, basically Rattlesnake Jake reveals that like that basically he doesn't say that Rango doesn't deserve to be sheriff, but he basically like he reveals that like everything Rango said was a lie, and the alcalde, I don't know how to say it in English, I'm just pronouncing it how they say it in Spanish, and they kind of make like a team up. Rango meets up with the armadillo again. The armadillo basically tells him that he should return, but this time, instead of trying to be somebody he isn't, to instead be somebody, to be who Rango is. And so he goes back. He goes to save this lizard girl that he met at the first like 15 minutes of the film. And yeah, he basically takes on Rattlesnake Jake. He used a plan because, well, he used a plan which was to make like this thing look like a hawk. No, wait, I think it's an eagle. I'm sorry for the confusion. Rattlesnake Jake soon realizes that it was just like a bunch of the villagers, like disguised. He basically shoots it down. But at the end, it turns out the alcalde is the main bad guy. He begs for forgiveness from Rango. But Rango just pushes his shell because the alcalde is a turtle. Well, a tortoise. My bad. I'm so bad at movie reviews. I'm sorry. And Rattlesnake Jake takes him away. The whole town is happy. I did forget to mention that in the middle of the film, Rango accidentally helps out these bandits to get the leftover water that they had. And Rango goes and confronts them as long with wait. Also, no, wait. I don't know. Jeez, I'm so bad. Alright. So basically, the townspeople go there too. And they basically try to recover the water. However, there's no more water in that gallon. Which funny enough, in that film, basically the water is in a water gallon. But yeah, like at the end of the film, everyone gets water. I think it's from a pipe, or I don't know. I don't really remember the ending. It just ends in a happily ever after, basically for Rango. And for the townspeople, of course, of Dirt. And from what I know, there is no sequel yet in the works, which I honestly think this film doesn't need a sequel. I feel like it's good as its own thing. And yeah, that's basically what Rango is about. Some things that I like about this film is its uniqueness. As I said before, well, as I said earlier, Rango won best animated feature for 2011. I don't blame them, although, like I said, I would have preferred that Kung Fu Panda 2 would have won that. But Rango, what makes it special for me is that, I don't know, I just like the design of it. Like, I like the Western style animation of it. And here's a little fun fact about this film. When the director was asked, what genre Rango was gonna be or something like that, he said he didn't know because originally, before they made it animated, he planned on making basically like a live action adaptation of it. Like, instead of it being animated, it's like real animals and all that. He was asked what was gonna be its rating. He said he didn't know. And rating, I don't mean like what he thinks like the audience score and the critics are going to rate it. No. Rating is basically like rated G, PG, PG-13, R. And yeah, he said he didn't know until like in the very last second. He was like, you know what? Let's make it animated. And it worked out. Of course, Johnny Depp is the voice of Rango in this film. Who else but the actor for Jack Sparrow? Shout out to Johnny Depp and shout out to everyone who worked in this film. It's personally one of my personal favorite films. And yeah. Now I'm gonna give some negatives. I feel like at first I didn't like Rango as a character, but I did like how later on he was growing as a character. He was like, at first he was like arrogant. He was like, I don't know how to say it, but like, he was just like this person who believes so highly of himself, but then like, he basically gets humbled, in my opinion. An amazing film it is. As I said, not really a lot of negatives. I feel like Rattlesnake Jake was a good villain for the story. I like the plot twist at the end, which revealed that the alcalde, I don't know how to say it in English, but oh yeah, that he was revealed as like the main villain. And yeah, my rating for this film out of 10, I have to give it a solid, oh, that's hard. I'd say an 8.5. Go watch this film. It's a very enjoyable film. It's not the best animated like feature from like that the Oscars chose. I feel like there are other films that are better than this film, but other than that, this is an amazing roller coaster. Well, it's not a roller coaster, but you know what I'm trying to say, you know? It was made also by Nickelodeon. And yeah, that's basically it. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope y'all take care. Stay happy. Stay healthy. Be the best person you can be. Spread positivity. The world needs it now more than ever. This is your boy, Johnny Boy Hernandez, and I'm out. Adios, amigos!